Good morning to all. Today in this lecture, I am trying to explain the first chapter of this paper. This is transmission of heat. So heat is a form of energy which can transfer from one place to another in different kind of ways. So here the first point I am going to discuss about what are the different ways of transfer of heat from one place to another. So as you all know, there is three main. So this picture itself showing that the image what you are seeing in this display is showing that there are the three different way of heat transferring. Heat is a form of energy. So in which one is a conduction process, the second one is a convection process, and third one is a radiation. So what is the difference between these three way of transferring of heat? This is what we are at starting point today in this class. So the heat can be transferred from one place to other by three different ways. So first one is conduction and convection, and third one is a radiation. So what it means by conduction process? So in this process, heat is transferred from one point to other through a substance. Here the important point is the body, through the body the heat transferring without the actual motion of the particle. Here this heat energy is transmitting, not the particle is moving from one place to another, and such a process is called conduction process. So suppose one body I have and I heating up one portion, so that end is becoming very hotter, and the hotter region there is a large collection of particles are there. These particles getting a higher kinetic energy. This kinetic energy is transferring from that particle to the nearest particle, and then the second nearest particle also start to getting vibrating, so it getting higher kinetic energy, and in such a way this higher amount of kinetic energy is transferring from one point to another. So such a way that the heat is transferring from one point to other through any substance. Here there is no actual movement of the particle. Such a motion is called conduction process. So this type of phenomena is occurring, the prominently occurring in the case of solid type material. So the solid type material, one point is hotter and suppose the other point is colder, then the heat is transferring from hotter body to the colder body. So because of this conduction process, the heat is transferring in the solid. So depending on the conduction process, some material becoming highly conductive compared to some other material. So such a material we can classify it into some as poor conductors and some are good conductors. So the material having less conductivity like brick or granite or granite wall or brick wall are the some example of the conductivity high less. So such a material we call poor conductors. The vacuum itself, the we know, suppose we have a vacuum, so the vacuum is a very poor conductors, and air itself air also is a poor conductor compared to other solid material. So such a phenomena of heat transferring from one point to other is called conduction process. So the second kind is called the convection process. Here in this process, heat is transmitted from one place to other by the actual movement of heated particle. So the heated particle itself moving from one place to another. So we can easily tell such a process is prominent in the case of liquid and gas. So water becoming hotter means water particle itself moving due to the high kinetic energy. So such a process is called convection process, and the convection process is applying in the ventilation of gas, and because due to the in the ventilation we are in every room we have a ventilation windows, so the hotter region air particle will move to the colder hotter region particle will move away to the colder region. In such a way, the colder air particles will move to the room through the ventilation. So such a circulation is called, such a process is called ventilation process. So here the convection is happening in such a case. And the third one, it is a very interesting one. In this process, in which heat is transmitted from one place to other directly without the necessity of any intervening medium in between one body to other body, there is no need of any medium. Such a heat transferring we call radiation. So we getting heat from the sun is through the radiation, and because heat is radiation can transfer through the vacuum or through the air or whatever the intermediate medium, there is no importance on the intermediate medium in between. So the light radiation and electromagnetic radiations are the different examples of the process of radiation. So this the three different way of heat transferring from one place to another. Okay, so the next point I'm going to explain. So the next point onwards I'm going to explain more about the conduction, how the conductivity is happening in the some material. So for that I'm considering a cube of side x. So this one side is x centimeter, and area of the face, cross sectional face of a square centimeter. Suppose area of a one face is a square centimeter, and opposite faces of a cube, I marked it in shaded form. It's maintained at a temperature. So theta 1 face having the temperature theta 1 and another face theta 2. Here condition is one temperature theta 1 is greater than theta 2. Is supposed to region is same temperature, there is no heat transferring will happen. If there is temperature difference is there, then only the heat transferring happening. So suppose theta 1 is higher temperature, so always the heat transferring from hotter body to the colder body. So here theta 1 region is higher temperature and theta 2 is the lower temperature. So now I am going to stating that how much quantity of heat conducted across two opposite phases. So heat is coming from the one phase through the having the phase theta 1 temperature and passing through the theta 2 temperature phase. So what quantities and what are the dependent factors? So the Q, the amount of heat transferring from one phase to another, is proportional to the area of the phase, the first point, and the amount of heat transferring across this phase is proportional to the temperature difference. So it's proportional to theta 1 minus theta 2. The first point is proportional to area of the phase, second point is proportional to theta 1 minus theta 2, and this amount, the heat transferring one point to another, is proportional to the how much time you are heat transferring. So this is proportional, directly proportional to the time taken, and Q, the amount of heat transferring from one phase to another, is proportional to the distance between these two phases. So inversely proportional to the distance, the separation between these two phases. So it's a inversely proportional. So this all dependence factor I can written as in this simple form of equation. So it's a Q is proportional to area of cross area of the phase and temperature difference and time taken, and inversely proportional to separation between these phases. So I can written this as an equation. So the proportionality constant, I introduce a new constant is called K. I call this K is the coefficient of thermal conductivity. So this K is known as coefficient of thermal conductivity. So to state what is meant by a coefficient of thermal conductivity, I suppose the area of a cube is 1 square centimeter and the temperature difference suppose 1 degree Celsius and time taken is 1 second and the separation between two phases is 1 centimeter. Then this equation K, everything become unity, so Q is equal to K. Now I can define this coefficient of thermal conductivity is nothing but it's the amount of heat flowing in 1 second across the opposite faces of a cube of one side 1 centimeter maintained at a difference of temperature 1 degree Celsius. 1 degree Celsius maintain ചെയ്യുന്ന സെൻറ്റിമീറ്റർ സെപ്പറേഷനുള്ള ഒരു ക്യൂബിലൂടെ ഒരു സെക്കൻഡിൽ കടന്നു പോകുന്ന ഹീറ്റ് എത്രയാണോ അതിനെയാണ് കോഎഫിഷ്യൻ്റ് ഓഫ് തെർമൽ കണ്ടക്ടിവിറ്റി എന്ന് നമുക്ക് പറയാം. So this is the definition of coefficient of thermal conductivity. So thermal conductivity will, depending on the material, this thermal conductivity can vary. So if the one wood can having the different kind of thermal conductivity, and plastic have different kind of thermal conductivity, and brick has a different kind of thermal conductivity. Depending on the material, this property may vary. Okay, so now I can define this d theta by dx. D theta is the temperature difference and dx is the separation. So the quantity d theta by dx is nothing but rate of change of temperature with respect to the distance. So as temperature decreases with increasing distance, അതായത് the temperature, the amount of heat transferring from one place to another is inversely proportional to the distance. So ഡിസ്റ്റൻസ് കൂടുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കുറയുമെന്ന് നമുക്ക് വളരെ ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ട് ഇതിന് മനസ്സിലാവാം. സോ ദ ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഡി തീറ്റ ബൈ ഡി എക്സ് ഇസ് നത്തിങ് ബട്ട് ഈസ് ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ഗ്രേഡിയൻറ്റ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് നോൺ ആസ് ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ഗ്രേഡിയൻറ്റ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൾവേസ് നെഗറ്റീവ്. വൈ ഇറ്റ്സ് നെഗറ്റീവ്? ദ ഡി എക്സ് ഈസ് increasing. It's negative, meaning that the temperature is decreasing when the separation distance is increasing. So this equation can easily written in that form. Q is equal to minus k into a d theta by dx over into t. So this is all about what mean by a thermal conductivity of a material. So in this way we can define how much heat is transferring through a material depending on these factors. So you may get a question on some problem on this such. So I can give a small definition on another one. This is called thermometric conductivity. So the ratio of thermal conductivity to thermal capacity per unit volume for any material. So suppose I have a material. For that, the thermal conductivity, the material has a thermal conductivity and also it's having a thermal capacity per unit volume. So how the heat is rising for 1 degree Celsius. So that will give the thermal capacity. So in that way the ratio of thermal conductivity to thermal capacity per unit volume is called thermal diffusivity or thermometric conductivity. So many times in exam they asked some one mark question, what I mean by thermometric conductivity. So it's the ratio between thermal conductivity to the thermal capacity per unit volume. So K is the thermoconductivity and ms by V is the thermal capacity per unit volume. So mass per volume is nothing but density. So K by specific heat is the K by rho, S is the H. S is nothing but thermometric conductivity. So this all about now I just introducing how the heat is transferring through a material and what the different way of heat transferring, conduction, convection and radiation, in which we come to the conductivity. Depending on the conduction, some material we call poor conductors, some are called bad conductors. So how the material is conducting heat, what are the quantities in which are influenced by the material dependence is the thermal conductivity depends on its area of the material, it's the temperature difference and time taken for the heat transferring and the separation between the two phases of a material. So it's called, in that way we can define the coefficient of thermal conductivity. Finally we define what's my thermometric conductivity. This is all about today's session. So please go through this note and you can make a good note by referring the textbook. Thank you.